Hey, you guys, thanks for listening into this episode of Tips with T. On today, we're going to be talking about good debt versus bad debt, knowing when borrowing is worth it. All right, we are in a season and a time where I am encouraging people if they can pay off debt and save. They should do that. And so we're going to talk a little bit about what good debt is, what bad debt is, and some tools and resources that you can use for managing debt. Okay. Um, so the overview of this episode was pretty much that not all debt is you guys are created equal. Some debt can build wealth and improve your financial future, while other debt can trap you in a cycle of financial stress. So in this episode, we'll break down the difference again between good debt and bad debt and how to use debt wisely and strategies for managing it effectively. Okay. So what is debt and why does it matter? So debt is money borrowed when um debt is the money borrowed with exception of repayment, and it usually is with interest. Okay. Understanding the difference between good and bad debt helps make smarter borrowing decisions. Okay. What is good debt? So, good debt is borrowing that helps build wealth, increase income, or improve your quality of life in the long run. It should come with low interest rates and a clear return on investment. So, examples of good debt is student loans. Investing in education can increase earning potential. Mortgage. Home ownership can build equity and long-term wealth. Business loans, which business a can grow a profitable business and generate income, and investing in yourself. So certification, skills trainings, and other career developments. Um, those things can be considered as good debt. Okay. How to use good debt wisely: borrow only what you need, ensure the return on your investment is worth the cost, and shop for low interest rates and flexible repayment terms. Okay. So we talked about good debt. Let's talk about what bad debt is. What is bad debt? So bad debt is borrowing that does not generate future value and often comes with high interest rates. It can lead to financial stress if not managed properly. So, examples of bad debt are credit card debt. So, high interest rates can lead to long-term financial struggle. Payday loans, extremely high fees and short repayment terms make them a debt trap. Auto loans for luxury cars depreciate in value, and expensive vehicles drain finances. Financing lifestyle purchases. So borrowing for vacation, designer clothes, or unnecessary electronics. Those things are considered to be bad debt. Um, how to avoid bad debt. Use cash or debit for discretionary spending. Pay off credit cards in full each month. Avoid loans with excessive interest rates and fees. Okay. How to manage debt effectively. There's four steps we're going to cover and we're going to talk about. One, you want to assess your current debt. So you want to see what your current debt is. List all your debts, including the balances, interest rates, and monthly payments. Identify the high interest bad debt to pay off first. So you want to pay off the highest interest rate of a loan or a credit card that you have first. Okay, pay that down or pay it off. Another thing I would suggest, if you cannot pay it off, or pay the full statement amount, make sure you're paying more than the minimum payment. Okay. I know it's baby steps. Sometimes it takes baby steps. Sometimes you're not able to make the full statement payment, but if you can afford to or can manage to pay more than a minimum balance, do it. Step two is use debt repayment strategies. So I talked about these strategies before. So the avalanche method, pay off high interest debt first to save money. Snowball effect, pay off the smallest debt first for quick wins and motivation. Okay. Choose what type of payment method works best for you. A lot of my um, clients that I have um, helped before, they start off with the snowball method because they was able to fit that snowball method better into their budget. instead of the avalanche method. Then they might move into the avalanche method whenever they get most of their debts paid off. Okay. Step three is improve your credit score. So make sure you're making your payments on time. Keep credit utilization low, so below 30%, and avoid opening too many new credit accounts at once. Okay. Step four, you want to make sure you're borrowing smartly. So consider alternatives before taking on debt. So saving up instead of financing. Always read the terms and conditions, interest rates before borrowing. Okay. So I'm gonna give you guys some tools and resources for managing debt. There are tools and resources for managing your debt. All right. So with debt repayment calculations, there are UDebted, which is customized debt payoff planner, financial student loan stimulator, so help explore repayment options, debt and financial planning apps. So there are some of those too as well. So there is You Need a Budget, which helps track spending and managing debt repayment. And then there's Mint, which monitors debt spending and saving in one place. And then there's credit monitoring and improvement tools. So Credit Karma is really big. When I was helping people fix their credit, I highly suggest that they use Credit Karma, which tracks credit scores and suggested strategies. Also, Experian Boost, which helps improve your credit scores with on-time payments. I tell people to use Experian Boost too as well. Another one that I tell people to use is like CreditWise. That's a good one too. And I know I had a client that used Credit Sesame. I don't know if Credit Sesame is still out there, but there's different ways, you guys, that you can utilize these different tools to monitor your credit. I know certain credit card companies or banks, they will give you a FICO score to kind of let you know what's going on with your score. So if that's a free option for you, use that to monitor your score. And see, but Credit Karma is completely free. Experian Boost, they have a free version, but some people have a paid version. So whatever you can afford, whatever works with your pockets, choose to do whichever one works best for you. All right. So um I have a lot of success stories when it comes to people and helping people pay off debt. Even with myself. I will give this tip. Whenever I purchased my first car, I actually went out and purchased my first car. Um, I had to finance the car. But what I did was um instead of making the minimum payment of my car payment at the time, I made sure I paid an extra $50 or $100 each month to go towards the principal of the car. And by doing that, I was able to pay off the car real quicker. And whenever I got it to an amount where I could pay the car off in full, due to hard works and savings, I went ahead and paid the car off in full. So those things are options too as well, you guys. Whenever it comes to you making big purchases and you want to pay the purchases off quickly, make more than the minimum payment. Even with your credit cards, make more than the minimum payment, okay? So you guys, I always have to give you all takeaways. So some takeaways for today is review your current debt and categorize it as good or bad. Make a plan to pay off bad debt quickly by using the avalanche or the snowball method, and be intentional about borrowing, only taking the debt that helps build wealth or financial stability. Um, and you guys, debt is not always bad, but we have to use it wisely, and it can be a tool for financial growth. Okay, so keep that in mind. And the key to knowing when borrowing is worth it and how to manage it responsibly. So if you guys are struggling and you need financial planning, financial assistance when it comes to, well, financial planning. If you need financial planning or debt management planning on how to get out of debt, I do offer those type of services. Feel free to reach out to me. My number is 910-317-0396. You can shoot me an email at contact@mjfinancial.biz. And I will do my best to try to help you. I helped clients before. I also have a financial planner that I gave to a couple of my clients to use to help them get out of debt. Is very, very helpful. And so you can purchase that on PayHip. I know it's on sale. I can't remember the sale price. I think it's like $7.99 or something of that nature. Forgive me if I'm wrong. It could be more, it could be less, but I know it's on sale. And so, if you guys want to go purchase it, feel free to go purchase it. And like I said, if you need help, reach out to a professional. If not me, reach out to someone that can help you get a hold or idea of your debt and what's going on with it. Okay. So, I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Make sure you share this episode with someone who's trying to get out of debt or need to manage their debt or they have to improve their financial situation. Because right now we're in a season where we need to be paying off debt and saving due to how our economy is looking. We can possibly go into a recession. There's inflation and things of that nature. And so we definitely want to make sure that we are being smart when it comes to our finances. So, all right, you guys, thank you again for listening to this episode, and I will see you on the next episode of Tips with T.